Do you all need to leave early or?
Oh, we've been here since 9, so.
Okay, Ducky, you,
What-
I know you don't do anything anyway.
We can jump down to that, if you want to, Jay.
Do what?
We can jump down to that end of interview, if you want to.
We can do that. Let's jump down to you guys and you can go on about your business then.
Thank you.
So, you've got the floor.
Yeah, the agreement you have in front of you is kind of what Megan and I had been working on over Friday, Saturday. There was a few changes that you wanted involved in that. Let's see, I'm trying to remember. We did put a contact in there. Travis Garrett needed a contact. Let's see what else was there. If there was any changes, you wanted to make sure that it was approved by the commissioner. That's in 4C down there. Also, a speed limit for the vehicles, loaded vehicles, 20 miles an hour down the center of the highway is another request. Something we agreed on, I think, Stan.
This 4C was, I like what you suggested. that-
So, one of my questions is for Stan, that when you guys are all done, and before you leave, if he don't sign off on some of the roads and stuff that you guys have, is there anything like that in there?
I think it's an upfront payment.
No, not so much that, but like, are you guys gonna be on the dirt roads and stuff too?
No,
Okay.
no, it's
just
gonna be
like-
a straight shot right
Okay.
down.
Just a
I'll
little
be
bit
right
like
back.
Yeah, they're using 5 miles of blacktop.
you're just going through.
Yes, sir.
And that route, we've attached a map that shows the route down the blacktop in Exhibit B.
Oh, that's a waste of
They wanted to go west of Carmen, but they can't fight their way through there.
Can't get your way through Carmen now.
I believe the other thing that we put in there too, we talked about was the tree trimming in the town of Albany. We've already contacted,
I can't
her name
remember
was
her name.
Gayla.
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 oh, yeah.
Yeah, the,
So you're getting,
no, they're not,
Those are alternate turbines.
they're telling me I'm not getting any.
At the current time, we don't believe we would need to do those turbines. We choose some alternates just in case something, usually geotechnical reason for the other ones that we have to move a turbine.
thank you.
You see this, Jay, upon completion, county shall rebuild, chip and seal if applicable. That's the county. But I think Mike's figuring on doing that.
They're on that valley blacktop.
Mike wants to do all that.
That'll be a next year project, it'll be summertime.
And I'm getting him the money to do it.
Okay,
That's the plan anyway.
okay.
So you satisfied with it?
I think so.
Do you have an original contract?
I don't. But I gave him anything.
This is the one, this is supposed to be the most clean one. The one Megan looked at.
Yeah, there he is, yeah.
That's the one I want to use.
Yeah, that's the one Megan looked at, that's the one.
She didn't make the changes in that one.
I think,
Um,
yeah, there's changes
yeah.
in this one that him and her discussed, so.
Okay.
I mean, I got an email from her Friday evening, hey, you gonna make the changes or not? So,
Now, this should be the one
That's the one.
that they agreed on.
Okay.
So,
I see some handwriting on there. so-
yeah.
Nancy, did you need a copy?
I did one.
I've never, mine.
I
I
did
don't
one,
mean
little
they
one
ain't
that
reason
we,
to make that.
yeah, whatever one we
Oh.
signed.
I also have, this is an extra copy.
Well, I did one that we signed.
Here, you can have
Thank you.
But what are we gonna sign?
One of you.
I mean, you guys will need a copy of what we signed, but I need a signed one.
Guess I need to make the
I was
motion.
gonna say, you gonna make a motion here? I'll second it. All in favor? Aye.
You guys want to copy this whole thing or just that back page or?
The whole thing would be great, yeah.
that way we can turn it in and get a check.
Okay,
Just
countersign.
corporate governance doesn't let us make a check out in advance. They do it to you, it's kind of like,
But we'll
Guess
be
I think
able to
it's a-
process this week.
it's a bribe maybe, I don't know.
We're not worried about the money. We don't get it, we just sit out there with machine guns and shoot the tire out. I mean, how? It's like, no big deal, right?
And that's on film.
Is that how we handle things in Cherokee, Alfalfa County, America?
You're doing all the talking, I'm not.
Who's gonna do Dusty now?
Yeah. We'll get the whatever you call him done. Mr. Biddle, you've got the floor.
All right, excuse me. Same thing we did for Jay here a couple months ago, just a 2-year lease extension on the motor graders. This one here's District 2. Payments stay the same, still under warranty, new buyback agreement is all there is to it.
Giving us more for it.
Huh?
Giving us more for
Is
it. Is there a figure in there?
That's okay, that's just for the week.
159
Thank you,
is
sir.
good.
Yeah. 95.
195.
195.
But you'll have more paid than.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just remember, Marvin, if we get the shaft, we can go to Caterpillar.
So just need signatures on that second page and then,
The second page.
yeah, where everybody signs and then the buyback agreement's one forever.
Thank you all so much.
Commissioners, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
You're
Have a good
welcome.
one. Take care, everybody. Thank you, nice to meet you.
Just one here.
Yeah, that's the only place where you need to sign, Jay.
They got a million.
I may have to sign this. This is. Now, on mine, do I have a bunch more to sign?
Yeah.
This is number 2.
How I figured, let's go to the next page. If what the payment was, like, how I felt pull it apart. That appears, yeah.
Sign.
Yeah, right there, where you put it.
Customer. You're a customer.
motion.
I didn't know if that was for when he was
Second.
gonna sign it.
No, that's just.
All in
Okay.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Who made the motion, sorry?
I did, Jay second.
I gotta stay out of it. I can't even say aye, can
You can if you want to, it don't count.
So you're abstaining?
I? I'll stay. I'm obscene. What, it doesn't matter on there, I have to sign everything.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know why you have to abstain.
I don't have to.
No.
This one was,
I-
what Megan said, it was legal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know why he was abstaining, so are
No,
you?
there's no need to.
I just
Not
put on
abstaining?
exchange, see if he'd bite.
Okay.
I wouldn't see, I couldn't see a reason for me to abstain because I just signed all the paperwork. So, you made the motion and Marvin seconded it, anyway.
Vice versa, Marvin made the motion, I second.
Did you say this is next week?
Yes.
Let's drop back up now and get the minutes.
Thank you guys very much, I'll get your copies here
You
real
bet.
quick.
Don't get lost going home,
It's
son.
gonna be tough, good thing it's daylight.
Say hello to
Hey,
Dad.
if I get in trouble, you gonna come to Florida and get me?
Sure.
I'll call you.
You got my number.
Bye. Have a
See
good
you,
one.
thank you guys.
I wouldn't trust everybody to come get me.
Minutes.
Yes, ma'am, please.
I don't know how traveling's gonna be right after the election. They probably won't know who won till I get back
Okay.
anyway.
Have faith. You'll get there and get back.
My daughter's flying out to the Virgin Islands, oh my god. It's just come back. They're
Children.
spreading her father-in-law's ashes, that's where
Oh,
he's
really?
from, and I go, really? You're terrifying me.
Now, this is the other one.
I'm very nervous.
Well, I'll make a motion on the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
M and O warrant for payment.
Too big of a stack.
Here, bring them down this way, Jay, and I'll send them out. I'll go backwards. Oh, I got some.
You can if you send them this way. Gee, it doesn't matter.
Jennifer. We're going backwards.
You want me to sit here?
Yeah.
That's all right.
Just keep Jay, but your job is, if you sit there, is to keep Jay in line. That's pretty big stick.
What about you?
You need a club. It ain't gonna work backwards.
Oh, boy.
You know,
Can we put up to you for
How many
another
more, how
month?
many more?
life is good. Life is
What
good.
is that, like 7 more meetings?
Yeah, no 6.
You didn't wear your Halloween mask
Linear.
in
You
today.
need the originals or the tally, right?
Do you have to, if you have, don't have to have the
Was that a-
originals, I would like
wolf?
the originals.
Hey.
If you need the
Was it a
originals.
wolf?
You never make
Stan?
them.
Wolf
I wore
mask?
my Halloween mask down here last year, and I walked in. Is that where I saw him? Yeah.
No, you still have 8.
Oh,
You're not gonna be here when?
next time.
Next meeting?
Two,
Okay, then you have 7 meetings left then. Good.
I walked in with that Halloween mask on, and there was some other deputy sheriffs here from some other county. And they had a gal with them. She drew on me. I ripped that mask off, and I said, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. That's the first time I had a gun pointed at me. Well, that's what I deserve, walking in with a Halloween mask on in the middle of the sheriff.
You made her come, Rick?
I have not heard a
I
word.
texted him Saturday and he sent me a little green, you know, the little happy face, the little yellow happy face, but it was green, so I didn't know how to
Thank
take
you.
that.
Last
Thank you,
time I
Dusty.
talked to him, yeah,
Feeling
thanks,
puny?
Dusty.
No, I guess it's probably
Yeah.
feeling puny.
What the heck day was it? It was Friday or Saturday, I
I texted him
can't.
Saturday. I talked to him Friday.
I told him if he'd just come down here, we'd lock him in jail and he wouldn't go anywhere. He didn't like that, did he?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at that wedding. My wife's always planned everything, they had me back on Monday, but she said this time it wasn't.
Yeah.
She said, you're just gonna have to miss, 'cause
Are you guys going to Key West?
we're gonna go to that wedding in Key Largo, and then we're gonna drive down the Keys, spend a couple days
Have you
down.
been
the Keys.
before?
It's been a while since I've been there. Then we're gonna drive back up to Florida, spend a couple days with her sister.
Where does her sister live, Stan?
That I can't remember, on the East Coast.
I think the last time I was in Key West was 13 or 15, I can't remember. But
Last time I was down there was 15. That's been a couple of days ago.
it has.
Let's see, it was- Kirsten was playing basketball in Northwestern, we played the tournament in West Palm Beach last time I was there. Yeah, flew into Orlando, spent a day at Disney World, and went on down and played basketball.
You got on a plane, Jay?
Oh, I've flown a lot of times.
Have you?
Oh, I like to fly. Them basketball girls did. I had them pretty nervous when we took off
Yep.
first time.
We're
That's
close.
funny. That's funny.
Sitting there thinking we got nothing.
Probably got kicked off plenty of time or two.
Tell you, the worst one I ever went into was Las Vegas, the airport. Man, I didn't like it. I went in twice. Eve and Christmas.
Going in through customs at Jamaica was the most horrible experience. Now, as we was leaving, they were wonderful. You would think that they would be the opposite. Oh, going into, Nicole, somehow, every single time we fly, she always gets the pass where she doesn't have to go through customs or anything, she just goes through. They wanted her to exit the airport. She was 15 years old. I'm like going, she is not going anywhere outside this airport without me. And a guy and a woman with 4 kids, he got the pass also. So finally I said, I will help your wife if you will stay with my daughter. So he went out and stayed with Nicole, and I helped her with 4 kids going through customs. It was horrible. It was horrible. I was ready just to turn around and go home by the time we got through customs.
Yeah, we landed at Acapulco. There was cattle on the runway. he was coming down out of that, I had a window seat, and he was coming down there. I'm thinking, this ain't gonna work out, and boy, all of a sudden the cattle just exploded and got off the runway.
This is
I thought, man, this,
You know, cattle,
says another.
That
cattle
is
Yes.
will
funny.
get off. Cattle are pretty good about getting out of the way, but deer aren't. Deer will come right at the airplane.
That's a blanket, Jay, it was not.
oh,
it was a
okay,
blanket,
I
but they-
looked at that and I
Yeah,
thought,
they
well,
could
I took
turn
it
it
the
in
other
as-
way.
I'll tell you what, I lived on a grass strip down in Texas, and we had about 100 head of deer out there. I landed one day, and the deer was just out there by the runway, and there was 4 bucks. We sat there in the airplane with it running and watched the deer, and I said, well, let's go back up, get your camera, and drive down here in the car and get some pictures. We drove up there in the plane, got in the car, and started back, and them deer just exploded out of there when we headed down there in the car. But the airplane,
Ooh,
it didn't bother them at all. They just stand right there and watch.
You got some.
They'd never been shot out of an airplane before. Yes,
Yeah, they didn't feel threatened.
they didn't feel threatened at all. I saw a plane land one night, and all the deer just ran right in front of him. Just as he landed, he about ran right through him. They aren't scared of it.
I move we accept the
Second.
annual warrant for payment.
I second. Did you get it? I second.
All in favor? Aye. Blanket purchase orders.
The top 2 are sheriff, don't sign those, and then the rest of them are county clerk, county general, Nescatunga, Jet, and then there's a District 2 in here I need to pull out for Stan, and Ian, and that is it. Don't sign the top 2, and that one's already been signed, but I'm just gonna acknowledge of the District 2 one.
Back.
Did you have some cute trick-or-treaters come see you?
Nope.
We had quite a few. We had a bunch.
Oh, darn it.
I put my mask on and took candy. I think some of your little ones came by.
Did they? Little dinosaur come by? He kinda thought that was kinda neat, people just giving him whatever, but mom and dad was taking it away as fast as they was giving it, and he just did not think that was fair. I gave him his his little snack things that he loves, and then some of the little baby yogurt, and he wanted to eat it right then, and his mama says, no. Why do you have something?
I was counting until they bombarded me at once, I quit counting.
Really?
Lost track.
I had this mask that was easy to get on. I kept putting it on going to the door, and they started laughing at me. And they said, that isn't even a scary mask. So I went and got my scary mask, and it was a lot harder to put on.
Yeah, I had one of them gorilla ones that, man, you got really pulling over. I quit, I give it up.
And you can't stay in it till the next group comes either. It's like, that's.
There's a little tractor at my house that he rides, he just loves it. And him and his tail and the tractor were not getting along. He kept running over his tail, which then made him not be able to go. He'd get off of it and look at it like, why are you not working?
favor? Aye. Road crossing permit, none. Appropriations,
Valerie's still working on some, so don't make a motion yet till she gets in here.
no, we can't do that.
Oh, we're waiting, that's right.
Let's drop that.
Yeah, let's just go keep going on
Keep it.
down.
See how short my memory is.
I have three, the court clerk records management, she has not handed it in yet. We have the sheriff, mine, and the assessors. where they developed, back in, to grab the, trust admission. In, 2014, no, we've never had a meeting, never had anything, but we're supposed to, they send money every, year for that to be audited. And I have been looking for someone to audit it since it began, and finally, Pat Carroll found this company, they'll do the financial audit, and then Pat Carroll will audit the rest of it. But it's gonna be more than what we have in the account. And so according to these people, the school's supposed to pick it up, but when I called Judy, she knew nothing about it, and she was gonna call Pat Carroll. So we may wanna table it.
Yeah.
It's a copy of the return check. We've only had a couple since I've been here, but they've always taken care of it before the end of the month has gotten here, and this person has not. So we made kind of a copy to put in there, because I'm afraid it's going to mess us up on the end of next month, just for the way that we had to handle it. But like I said, we've been very lucky, we haven't had that many, but this company is, she's kind of gave me an excuse every time I've called her. So her deadline is Wednesday.
I move we accept it. Monthly officer reports.
Second. Who got it?
I got you.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye. Monthly highway expenditures.
I'll make the motion.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Alcohol beverage tax. I move we accept it.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution for 2020 health insurance.
This is just the amount of the premium that we pay for the employees, and then it states in here that it's 50% of the employee's spouse and children's health, dental, and vision. There was not a premium increase, so it's still $670.54 per employee. I just attached a copy of the amounts, in case you want to see.
really figured we'd have about a 3% increase.
I know, I
myself.
was
I couldn't
so
figure that out.
surprised that there was no increase. But you know, that means for next year.
It's gonna go down.
Yeah, yes, I'm sure.
Don't hold your breath to that.
I'll make a motion.
I'll say.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alfalfa County Educational Authority audit with Michael W. Green, CPA.
I meant to grab that, trust indenture, it's laying right there on my desk, you want to do, because it states who the commissioners were then, and then right after it says, or existing commissioners.
It's laying right there, so
It's, yeah, it's right, I can go grab it, you guys can look at this and I'll go grab it. Use my sticky notes on them, but yeah, right on here it has Doug, Chad, and Ray or their respective successors. So that means you guys. Again, they put an amount in there every year for this audit. We have, should have wrote that down also, we have like 9,000 some odd dollars in that account for that audit. But on that last page, it says it's gonna be 14,000 some just for his part of this. Pat Carroll's office cannot do the financials since they do the budget for the school. So Pat is the one that got me in contact with this person here, and they said that the school has to pick up the remainder. I called Judy at the school, I didn't wanna assume that they knew this, and of course she didn't know anything about it, so I forwarded this letter to her. And she was gonna call Pat Carroll and talk to him and make sure, because they don't have the money for it. So I have not heard back from Judy, so.
Maybe we need to take no action on
And I
it.
think either that or we can call Judy to see if she talked to Pat, or we can just take no action on it.
I'd say we take no action.
That's kind of what I think too. Also move.
I'll say Marvin can.
Second.
No action.
All in favor?
Aye.
So you want me to check with the school then, to see if they're going to
Here's your,
pay the remainder?
well, yeah, we gotta get an answer from them before we can
That is,
determine.
I was hoping she would call back, but she just hasn't called back. I
That
don't know
thing's
whether they-
been hanging out there
Yeah,
forever.
yeah, and that's why it's so expensive right now, is to catch that whole audit up.
2014,
Yep. And I've asked our auditors, and they can't do the audit on it. I've asked Pat Carroll 10,000 times, and I know they've been busy trying to work on it also. They've gave me a list, the bank has, it's with Bank First, those bonds are. And I've contacted all the ones in this area, which there's none in this area, Oklahoma City's the closest, and none of them can perform the audit. So this is the first guy that's actually returned the call saying, yes, he can perform the audit.
Wow.
It's been an ongoing nightmare. That's why I have all my sticky notes of all the times that I call, so if they ever come back and say, have you not been working on it? Oh, yeah, I have.
Wow.
you probably need this back too, don't you?
Just touch with that.
Well, we gotta wait till we.
Let me, you want me to run in and see if she's ready?
Appropriations.
See if she's got them. she's working on are the ones for the sales tax, and we'll just do those next week. So just approve these, and we'll approve the sales tax ones. Put on there, no sales
I'll
tax.
still move the way.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Who seconded it, Mark?
Yeah.
Any unforeseen business? I move we adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.